going to go over The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, chapters 9 through 11. I want to go over some of the characterization. In these chapters, we once again are looking a lot at this white witch. And she really is just bent on being in control. Control of Narnia, control of everybody in Narnia, control of her, basically servants or slaves. And so she's kind of friendless, and everybody just sort of fears her. She's not much fun to be around. And I would even say I don't feel like, even though she has basically everything she wants, all this control, I don't feel like she's happy or enjoying it. She's constantly seeking more. Okay? So then I want to look at Edmund, who has fallen under her control. And we talked a little bit about how that Edmund, was the one that would always shut the door to the wardrobe, and kind of how he was impulsive there. And he's very self-focused. He's bitter towards his siblings. And, while he's running around, trying to betray them and turn them over to the White Witch, they're trying to figure out how to save him, and yet he has nothing good to say about them. And he's very self-deceiving and just unrepentant. Okay? And then you have a contrast here, and you can kind of go with foil characterization here, showing you the opposite. You have Peter and Susan and Lucy, who are deep thinkers. Remember how that they spent forever trying to figure out what to do once they were in Narnia that second time. Should they just get out quickly? Should they try to go and, save Tumnus? Should they trust the beavers? And throughout that process, you also see them as that they're self-sacrificing. They choose what seems like the right thing to do more than what would promote themselves. Is the safest thing for them to help Mr. Tumnus? No, safest thing is to get out of that wardrobe. But they are more into doing the right thing and thinking about how it affects all in the situation versus just themselves. Okay, so you've got a good foil characterization contrast. Okay, so one of the main themes in these chapters is the descent into a sinful lifestyle. Okay, and so I just wanted to walk through some of the things that I think C.S. Lewis is trying to point out with Edmund, so that we can be warned about what it might look like. Okay, so initially Edmund's hooked. He was hooked by Turkish delight. It was fun, it was good. He thought it'd make him all powerful and a king, and so initially, like a worm on a hook to a fish, things look like they're going to go well for you if you choose to follow a sinful path. Okay, well, so then we see Edmund throwing reason and safeguards just out the window. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, his brother and sisters are wonderful brother and sisters, and he just, and they're sort of all he has at this point. Remember, this is a child during World War II who's been sent to live with people he doesn't know because of the air raids in London, and so all he's got are these siblings, and he betrays them. He leaves them in this place he doesn't know. So you see this, and he even has like a bitterness towards them. Remember, he keeps blaming Peter, and saying that he just hopes that Peter, this, that, and the other. And Peter didn't do anything to him. So you see yourself distancing yourself from people that would safeguard, and even growing bitter towards them because, they might disagree with you. And you see reason thrown out of the window and self-deception. I thought it was pretty almost funny when Edmund is looking at the stone lion and he's all scared, and then he says, "Oh, it's just a stone." And this comforts him. And he doesn't think. And to the point that go, wait a minute, okay, a lion is scary. Yes, it's a wild animal, but a wild animal turned into stone, probably by the person I'm getting ready to go see. Now that's even scarier, okay? And instead, he does not see that, okay? So we've got a warning signs of danger just completely ignored, okay? And then we have never considering God or others. He never goes, is this the right thing to do? Or will I answer to Aslan? Or will I answer to God for this? Will I be judged as a traitor? What never considers the God factor or the others. If you notice, the first time he considered others was when the little animals were having that Christmas party and the White Witch came by and, turned them into stone. And he even said, "No, wait, don't." Well, another sort of theme on that one is it's God that changes us. And so Aslan had come into the country and Christmas was starting and spring was coming, and he awakened in Edmund being able to have a little bit of empathy, to think of others, okay? And real warning sign, if you never think of others or how your actions will affect others, you may be hooked on a bit of a sinful, selfish lifestyle there, okay? And then lastly, did you notice all the self-pity? When things didn't go his way, you don't see what needs to happen, which is in the middle of, I have made some sinful decisions here and I repent and I want to turn back to what I need to be. Instead, the descent down, you continue in self-pity. And I really want to warn you of this because I see this in adults a lot, that poor me syndrome, that, oh, my life is terrible and nobody ever does what I want them to and all these different things. And sometimes, that's just circumstances. Life is rough. It's a fallen world. But sometimes, if you really get to the root of it, their self-pity is because they have went down these paths, and now their sin has made it so they don't have any friends. They're looking for salvation in false things like control, like the White Witch was, or, all these different things. And they're reaping these bad consequences, and instead of thinking, back to, no reason, nothing, they just, poor me, life has it out for me. So anyway, so first step when you are in this is to be open to repent, to going, I am probably wrong here, probably made some wrong decisions, probably need to get some things changed, okay? It takes a brave, honest person to do that, but that's all.